Hi, Ivana. Hi, Rena.
Hi,
Hi.
Jayson. Hi. Welcome, Ivana. So today we are joined by Ivana Đorđević, and she has been a well-known in Serbian showbiz for the last 10 years. She's the creator of many TV shows, a journalist, TV host, writer, and blogger. And Ivana won the Lady of the Year award in 2017, and her book, She is VIP, was a bestseller in 2019. Her second book, She President, was published this year. So welcome, and thank you so much for joining us today, Ivana.
Thank you for invitation, and it is a great honor to talk with you because, as I told you, English is not my first language, and this is very big challenge for me, and I think I will do my best.
Well, you've done so far really well in all the conversations we've had and stuff. I mean, you definitely spell better in English than I do.
Oh, you think that? You just want to be polite.
No, I'm serious.
That is why I'm trying, and you're born with that, and you're not trying.
No, I'm not trying at all. No, thank goodness for spell check. That's all I have to say. Cool. So let's see here. First of all, you travel a lot?
Yes. I love to travel.
Go on.
And I have luck that my work and my profession is close to traveling. And in the last 10 years, I visited USA a couple of times before I moved there. I visited a bit part of Europe, Italy, Austria, Hungary, Greece, Croatia, Slovenia, Bulgaria, Romania, something closer to Serbia. Then Turkey. Turkey is a part in Asia, part in Europe. Also, I visited 10 times Egypt, I think. It is the closest warm sea to the Serbia. Three hours flying from Serbia. Also Tunisia, also Zanzibar. Zanzibar is East Africa. Also in Asia, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Qatar, Doha. A lot of countries, but when we are talking about learning on your traveling, I think you don't learn only from the books or from the YouTube or from, I don't know, when you're studying something. You're learning when you're traveling a lot. You're learning about people, about customs, about culture, about food. You are learning about different kind of lives, way of lives. So if you ask me where I had had amazing time, the most amazing time, it's up from time to time who I'm with. Maybe season is very, very important. You know, in tourism, how they say sun is half of work. If you have sunny days, everything is nice. When you're talking about USA, I would like to say that Cape Cod is my big discovery, because in my country, I never met somebody who knows where Cape Cod is, you know. And when I was in Massachusetts, I was at Newburyport, I think. It is not Cape Cod, but it is near somewhere there. Also, Portsmouth, I like Portsmouth, but Cape Cod in USA, when we're talking about USA, Cape Cod is one amazing place, especially Martha's Vineyard. I love how culture and nature live together there. And I have different kind of spirit when I'm there. I can't explain, I feel very, very good there. Also, my discover is Anna Maria Island on Florida. It is small island, but I can't explain how beautiful sand, beach, waves, and clouds in one island. So it is little wild, just for my taste. So if you ask me about USA, Cape Cod, Anna Maria Island, and of course Vermont. Vermont because of Lake Champlain, because of the sunsets, because I don't know, friendly atmosphere. Vermont is looks like Switzerland. I was in Switzerland too. Yes, I forgot that. it is kind of European, you know?
Yeah.
I had feeling that I'm not somewhere abroad.
Yeah.
Actually, when I'm in USA, I don't have that feeling at all. I have feeling that I'm at home. But in Vermont, I found friends. I found Lake Champlain. I found support. People are very supportive and polite in Vermont, and they are not judging at you at all. If you made a mistake, I was worrying: do I know how to speak English? Would I make mistake? Would somebody judge me if I made something? No, just take it easy. Welcome, you're welcome everywhere. And first time in my life, when I was in Vermont, I saw a lot of snow. In my whole life, I never saw that much snow, but I still love Vermont. Summer is my best part of the year, if you ask me. But in Vermont, winter has soul, and winter is something very special. And I can't explain to people in Serbia, because here when we have snow, it is awful, because people are nervous, complaining, it's cold. And in Vermont, it's just tomorrow will be snow, tomorrow will be windy. Okay, see you soon. You see the difference. There is no nervous at all. And I love that in USA. Maybe because of that, I have good memories, and I love USA as my second country.
Oh yeah, I love Vermont too.
I'm wondering if what you're saying, Ivana, about the snow thing, if that's like uniquely Vermont, because where I came from the East Coast on the US, like the Maryland, DC area. I live in Los Angeles because I hate the cold and snow. And a lot of people are like, I don't like that. So I'm wondering, Jayson, do you think that is a uniquely Vermont thing, that people are just fine with it?
She's right about Vermont looking like Switzerland. I've been to Switzerland, and it's like everything's a smaller version of Switzerland. It's
yes.
Like the mountains are smaller, the trees are smaller,
but beautiful.
Smaller, yeah, and like the
beautiful
buildings are smaller. But it kind of reminds me of Vermont's kind of like Switzerland and Edinburgh mixed.
Yes. I wasn't in Edinburgh, but I know what you're talking about.
Oh yeah, it's especially Burlington and stuff. So
yes.
Yeah, Vermont.
And I love because Vermont has a lot of universities, and that student spirit is very important. Whereas young people, they are giving that force to whole community. And if you don't have, I'm not talking about kids, I'm talking about students. They have a specific way to have fun, everywhere where they are, it is noise, it is fun, it is joy, it is alcohol at all. So we have everything. But I love how Burlington lives, and I love the spirit. Somehow, when I stepped first time on Church Street, I had feeling that I'm at home. In Belgrade, we have one main street. We call it Knez Mihailova Street. It's the same like as Church Street. It is interesting.
Oh wow, that's neat. Yeah, Church Street's a pretty cool place for sure. I enjoy it there a lot.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey Rena, in LA, are there any places that any of this stuff sounds familiar? Like,
not really. No, it's wildly different, I feel like, than and I've never been to Vermont, but I would like to see Vermont after
you have to come. You have to come, trust me.
Yeah.
I'm afraid of the snow though. That's
no, it is not snow whole year. Only on winter season. Don't worry about that.
I do.
For example, sorry for interrupting. For example, from May, June, July, it's amazing till October.
So that's when I need to go.
Yeah, well,
it is
October,
warm,
you get
but
leave.
Enough warm to enjoy.
Yeah, like right now it's beautiful with the well, actually the leaves are gone now, but about a week ago it was peak. It was perfect.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
People from Serbia, for example, started to learn about Vermont because I was so annoying. Look at this, it is in Vermont. Look at the leaf. It is Vermont leaf.
What is Serbian like? What's it like there for like?
We have 4 seasons.
And are there mountains?
We have mountains, but
Okay,
if you want to ski, you go to mountain. In Belgrade, you have 4 seasons, and we don't have much snow, only on mountains. And mountains from Belgrade are 4 or 3, 4 or 4.5 hours driving. So Belgrade is, I don't know, cloudy, sunny, little snowy, cloudy, sunny.
I don't know if you can see the comments, but you have some fans in here.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
I will check it. Check it.
Yeah, we'll leave them up so you can check it later.
Oh, okay. Because I want to be present in the conversation if I start to.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm never present.
Okay, I will check comments then.
Like, what is it?
I will check on my Serbian phone.
Amra says Ivana is the best. I can read them to you.
Oh, my friend Amra. Yes.
Okay, cool.
She is from New England.
Oh, really?
She helped me to discover New England.
Hello, Amra.
Yes, and she is from Manchester, from New Hampshire.
Ah, okay.
And she showed me a lot of nice places in USA. Mm-hmm. Also, she loves New Hampshire, and I love Vermont, and we are always fighting about where is the better.
Yeah, that's a common fight over here as well. New Hampshire.
What are the big differences that people fight about? Like, what are the key sticking points?
Vermont is more winter state.
Okay.
Mountain state, Green Mountain state. Yeah. But when we're talking about New Hampshire is kind of different. I don't know. It is interesting, but I think it is not Switzerland, like we said in previous question.
Yeah, it's just a rivalry, basically. It's like two towns get upset at each other. It's not. It's all in good fun.
Oh, I can see the comments.
Oh, nice.
Nice. I'm happy we have comments.
Yes, indeed.
Yes. And when we're talking about New Hampshire, White Mountains, the trail, I think, is something on White Mountains in this part of the year. But we will go next year to see everything. I was on White Mountains on summer, and it was on some waterfalls. It was amazing experience. You are so close, some steps near waterfalls, and water is how we say for that, all around you.
Yep. Excellent.
So do you have since you travel so much and you mentioned like interacting with lots of people, lots of different spaces, do you have any like favorite interactions or stories from when you met a stranger and you just had a really cool experience?
Oh, I have a lot of experiences. For example, this summer I was at Sharm el-Sheikh. It is Egypt. It is Sinai Peninsula. It is not Africa. It is Asia, because Egypt is on 2 continents, on Asia and in Africa. I was in Asian part, and I met a lot of people because I know how to make connections, and I love to smile, and people love smiley faces. I don't have other explanation. And I had one experience on the beach. I was with my daughter, and she's always arguing with me like, your swimsuit is not good. You know, teenagers, everything on me is awful. Let's say awful. I don't know how to make hair. I don't know anything, but she knows everything. Never mind. And in one moment, I started to talk, I don't know, with her about men, about people who are asking her for a date and asking me for a date. And somehow the conversations go that way. And she said, somebody wants to dating with you. Okay, I trust you. Don't say anything else. And I was like, hey, I'm not that old. What does it mean? And in that moment, when we were at the end of the conversation, one guy from some bed next to us came with some small box and said, this is for you. And I was like, for me? Yes, yes, that is for you. Okay. And he left. And I was wondering, I don't know him. I never saw him before. I don't even talk to him, not even hi, nothing. And when I opened the box, it was a love letter and small perfume, secret admirer. And I was like, I need some paper to show you my reaction.
Method acting.
Well, let's say this is paper, because my daughter said, no one wants to date me. And I was like, what you gonna say right now? It is something fresh from the Sharm el-Sheikh. But when we're talking about, I don't know, Zanzibar, for example, was amazing place with amazing sunsets. I was so far from home. I was traveling, I think, if I don't count stop point in Doha, I was traveling 13 or 15 hours flying, to separated on half. For example, 6 hours plus 7 hours next flight. And it was, for me, like I'm at the end of the world. But that country is, I don't know how to explain, but for me, every part of Africa have different meaning, different atmosphere. People there live, how to explain that? No matter how much they have, when we're talking about money, when we're talking about treasure and everything else, people are there happy when they hear music. You know? Mm-hmm. They don't need to have big house like we do. They don't need to have a lot of clothes. They don't need clothes because it's very, very hot. It is the same zone like in Florida. Big humidity and a lot of sun. And when I stepped there, I was thinking that I'm beautiful. You know, when I saw their women, I was like, oh my God, I had feeling that I look like mosquito. Because they have, trust me, I look their skin, it was amazing. Their blue eyes, they have dark skin and blue eyes. They don't need makeup. And our women, we are, for example, have sensitive hair, sensitive skin. We were like somebody boiled us in water and let us go. I put eyelashes, for example. I was with my friends. I put eyelashes on my eyes, and it was so hot and full of humidity that in a couple of hours, my glue doesn't exist. I didn't have eyelashes. My hair started to curl, and I was like, "Oh my God, I won't have any normal photo from here. What am I gonna do?" It was panic in one moment. But I was surprised how beautiful people lives there, how beautiful kids. You can't imagine how beautiful kids they have. Also, food is very simple. I tried something like pizza, but it wasn't tasty for me. And I asked some street food. And I asked our guide, and I said, what do they eat? I want to eat their food. I don't want pizza. I don't want pasta. I want their food. And I eat something, and it was coconut and tomato sauce with chicken. But it's tasty. Trust me. It's amazing. Very, very tasty. I was suspicious, just like you. I was like, that together? No way. And they said, just try, and if you can't eat, okay. Also, they don't use alcohol. If you want, you will be served with alcohol, but it is Muslim country, and they're not serving alcohol because it's forbidden for Muslims, not forbidden for us. And it has a very good explanation, because when you are on hot and sunny day, if you drink alcohol, you are drunk in a moment. So I didn't drink much. But when we are talking about Zanzibar, I met freedom on some other way. I know freedom in my way, in my European way. But when we are talking about Africa, people there are very happy, no matter how much they have. And that was a big discovery for me. Because when you for example, European and American people and people all around the world needs a lot to be happy. We need the music, we need the clothes, we need the friends, we need the big house, good job, we need the therapist if we're not happy, somebody to show us how to be happy. And in Africa, they're happy because they're alive. You know, they have different meaning about being happy. That is difference in cultures. And also, what can I say about some stories from our trips? I have with Amra, my friend Amra, I had one experience with Hurricane Elsa. First time in my life, I was on a bridge after Anna Maria Island that day, and it was all over me white and gray and nothing else. And it was such a rainy day. I never saw, like in Vermont, I never saw that lot of snow. In Florida, I never saw that I can't see the car in front of me. And I was in weather alert. What I'm gonna do? Where we go right now? And bridges, in that moment, I'm so close to the ocean and so far from our home in Orlando. So, it was scary for me, to be honest, because it was first time to face something like hurricane. In Europe, we don't have hurricanes. We have earthquakes sometimes, and Belgrade is missed most of the times, you know. And yes, we have storms, we have ice from the sky. How we say ice? Small ice balls.
Hail.
I don't know.
know.
Hail, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe hail. It's small ice balls from the sky.
Yeah, hail,
it's followed
probably.
by rain, storm and rain. We have that, okay. But hurricanes for me, okay, some windy somewhere. I didn't have in mind that could ruin my, I don't know, electricity in the city, for example, that I can't see the people in front of me on a couple of meters. And it was, what we going to do? And I was telling Amra, call our friends in Tampa, call Sanella and Ellie, ask them what to do. And she was calling them and they said, oh my God, again, hurricane, it is 5 times. Last 5 years, this is 5. Don't worry. And I said, hey, we are in a water. If I step out of the car, I will have wet legs. No. Don't worry. Just drive. Put how we say, four stoplights in the car.
Space in front of, or
you know what I mean. 4 lights when you stop somewhere in a couple of minutes.
A 4-way intersection?
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they said, just put that 4 lights and drive, don't worry. Okay, I was driving and don't worry. After 1 hour, I think 1 hour, we came to Orlando.
High beams. You're talking about high beams.
Maybe.
Or lights.
Yeah, okay,
yes.
the lights.
Yes.
All right,
back
sorry.
and the front. Yes.
Oh, okay. I get it now.
Headlights, maybe. Headlights and high beams, maybe.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm still learning. I'm sorry, but I know
that's
you
part of the fun.
Me. Yes. And when we came to Orlando, I was, oh my God, thanks God, there is no rain at all. But there wasn't electricity also. Because electricity stops because of the storm and everything.
Oh, yeah.
And I was wondering, okay, we will go to buy something. And the other thing was nothing works because no electricity, no opening doors, no, you can't go to shop food, nothing. Okay, I step out and I had my wet legs, like I said. So it was very challenging experience. And I don't know how to say that, but I was very scary. I didn't mean that I'm gonna die, but it wasn't pleasant, you know, when you face something first time. Last time I felt that way was one earthquake in Belgrade long time ago, but it was during the night, and I heard glasses in home. When they're shaking, they make noise. You know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I'm dreaming something. And that day after, I asked my people around me, I asked them, did you felt earthquake, and it was, no, what earthquake? You may be dreaming something about. And I was driving. I heard one girl on the phone pass by me, walking by my car, and she said, in 1 hour after midnight, you have no idea, it was shaking. Oh, I'm not crazy. It was shaking. It is very, when you're talking about earthquakes, it is very unpleasant feeling that you can't do anything, and your building, your home is shaking from the roots till the how we say, I don't know the
Foundation
word
to the roof.
Yes. And I had that feeling when we were talking about hurricane, that I can't do anything. I just can't wait. And that's it. And the feeling when you are hopeless and you are up to nature, everything is, how to explain? When you figure out that nature has the strongest laws, you feel so small. Yes. But after Sanella and Ellie, and they're, oh, hurricane again. Oh, don't worry. It is normal here. It is fifth time in this 55 years. And I was like, okay, they live here. They know everything. Let's go home and pray we will come safe and good. So that was something new for me. And I was talking with my friends who are living in USA and who were living in USA, and they said, oh, don't worry, it is normal. And I say, what is normal? That rain, everything gray and white around me, and I didn't drink anything. No, it's okay. So I learned something new, and new word in my dictionary is hurricane.
Well, that's really interesting, actually, because even like I've been through hurricanes, so it does, like, it's not fun, but you, at least having experienced them before, know what to expect reasonably. So it's interesting to hear the perspective from somebody that's never been in a hurricane.
Yes, and when I'm talking here about that, people from Serbia look at me like I'm playing like I'm so much important, like I want to be. I'm pretending that I'm, I don't know, movie star or something. And I said, you have no idea. I was scared to death. No, hurricane. And they never faced hurricane. They face some small windy or some small storm, I don't know, rainy storm, and that's it, And I think that you have to have different experience through life, because if you have a lot of experiences and traveling a lot, you have more chances to be strong. Somehow you used to think things in life, and it is giving you self-confidence. Next time hurricane, hello, it's me. Hello from the other side. It will be that way.
I've never been in a hurricane. I've been in a tornado. But never, yeah. Well, it was a Vermont tornado, so it wasn't as bad. But boy, was it scary!
I heard that because of the Green Mountains, Vermont don't have hurricanes.
We don't usually ever
tornadoes. Sorry,
tornadoes.
What?
Yeah, when I was really little, it came off the lake. It started on the lake and came off, and actually ended up destroying. In our house, we were at my aunt's house. She had 3 cars, and my dad had 2 cars there because 2 people drove, and 2 trees hit both my dad's cars. But
oh my god!
But my aunt's cars were all fine. Yeah.
But people was safe.
Oh, everybody was fine. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was weird.
Roofs
with the window. It was like tap 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 tap, and then.
Oh my god!
Like you just could not see or hear anything. Never experienced that before. And then afterwards, there were sailboats up on top of people's lawns and stuff. But that would be it. But I've never been in a hurricane at all. But that's pretty close.
Thanks God, it is not often in Vermont.
No, never really. I mean, that was it. We have ice storms though.
Yes,
Storms are
yes.
pretty
I was
bad.
witness. I was witness once.
You did?
And
You were with one?
yes, yes. I think twice, but once I was driving through the snowstorm because I had to finish something, and it wasn't scary like hurricane. Trust me, it was. How we say, streets was clean, and you're driving safe. You're driving slow, and that's it.
Mhm.
You will come from point A to point B, and
Yeah.
that's it.
Well, that's a blizzard. Ice storms
Maybe.
are different
Mhm.
because it's
Yeah.
just warm enough so that it's kind of raining,
Okay.
but then it freezes and becomes a solid ice everywhere.
Oh,
So the
I
trees
understand.
all start to bend like this. Like you'll have a
Mhm.
full tree bend and touch the ground because
Oh,
it's so
okay,
heavy,
okay.
and they'll break lines. And when you walk outside, you're walking on top of snow because there's like this thick of ice.
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh yeah, blizzards are different than ice storms for sure.
Oh, I didn't know the difference.
Oh yeah, ice storms are nuts.
So I will learn something. I will learn something tonight.
Yeah, don't come to Vermont during an ice storm. Not good. It's kind of fun, but if you like chaos.
Never mind, but I love Vermont. I love.
Yeah.
I don't know. I never was to move somewhere where it's snowy that much, but I like. I like very much.
The winters can change your mind. I've seen a bunch of people move here, and then the winters come. They're like, you know what? I've had enough of Vermont.
That would be me.
Yeah. If you like warm weather,
Yeah.
snow it gets kind of rough for people.
I don't know, maybe because first year for me was everything was new, and that was my honeymoon in my head. You know, everything is wow. Maybe second year would be different, but I don't know. I love people. People are very friendly, love to talk, very polite, and that vibe that brought my heart.
Was any of did you talk about Vermont at all in your books?
Yes. No, because my book was finished before I came here. So I was came in here to publish it. You know, because my Vermont experience came after I finished book.
Okay. So maybe you could talk a little bit about the book or books.
Yeah.
Of course. When we're talking about my first book, she is very important. It is a book about relationship goals. Let's say that. When you need to suffer, when is suffering wasting your time? How to do some things when somebody is cheating you? Why not to cheat? And if you have to cheat, how to hide that? I have one column. Yes.
Oh my God.
I like that you have both in there. Like, what? You probably shouldn't cheat, but if you have to, here's how. Like,
you know, people love to lie, but no matter, because we all know it's not good. You know, people are cheating and people are lying. We can say fairy tales right now and make conversation in that way, but truth is that people are cheating, people are lying, and that is the life. And if you are cheating, you have no idea that you're hurting somebody. And if somebody is hurted already, he has different view on some situation. And all of that is life and relationship.
How do you prevent yourself from cheating? How do you prevent yourself from cheating?
I'm not doing that.
I know. How do you stop yourself? Like if you say you're off on a trip and you meet someone that's just super amazing, but you have somebody that you're with at home, what steps do you go through to make sure nothing happens?
Interesting question. You know, through life you have a lot of chances for that. You say you described.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know. I'm always for something which we can say long term. If I said good, I love long relationships, and I love relationships with confidence, with trust, with in both ways. You know, I'm giving all and I'm expecting all, and that's my rule. If I don't feel somebody who is with me anymore, that is different. I don't need third person to make to be there to show me that I don't want person who I'm with in a relationship. You know, third person is always like challenging. You know, but if you know what you want in your life, there is no third person. No one can. There is one sentence on Instagram, I think. Don't worry who wants me if I want you. You know? If I know what I want, I don't need to. I know how people are reacting on me, and everybody can cheat. That is not science. You know, it is very easy, but it is not good to do something if consequences are bigger than that what you have in that moment at home.
Right.
You know, that is my opinion, and maybe I'm old school, but that is why I'm writing the books.
So you don't actually have to worry about it because it's not even a problem for you. Like you don't meet somebody.
No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. But that doesn't mean I didn't have experience to be hurted from someone who was with me. You know, I had one story in my second book. It happens to me. I can say that. I used that for a president. In one moment, one girl in a book, I won't say which girl. I have to put you in the whole story. But one girl was fall in love with one guy, and he was hiding that he has already girlfriends. And one day she woke up and buy newspapers and saw them. They had accident together, and she read it from the newspapers. That girl was me. So I just pulled back in that situation. I never talk with him. I never talk about that, and I put full stop, and that was it. So the fact you are not cheating doesn't mean that other person you're dating with won't cheat you. It is what fabric you are made of, you know. You have a lot of strong people with you can trust them. And in life, I can say that the most important habit is to have somebody you can trust, to be with somebody you can trust. When you're talking about my books and when we're talking about relationship goals, I was exploring a little, and I discovered that in love you can be always, you can try again always. If I said good, you know, the good thing, if you fail, no matter how many times you fail, you can find the right person if you are practicing love. If you don't lose your trust in love, if you don't lose your possibility to love somebody, sometimes disappointment is too big and you don't want to try again because you think that because of one experience with one person would make that experience again and again. And in love, we are always beginners. That is my story in my book, my first book, because you are learning how to breathe, how to walk, how to talk. You learn everything, but with a different person. And if you are not with the right person, it is not the end of the world to find somebody else, because I think that you have to try no matter how many times, but until you find the right somebody who is right for you, that's it. In love, there is no limited edition, you know. Limited edition is only maybe with one person, but other person, next person will bring in your life something more beautiful. And conclusion of my book, that always in love coming something better. Maybe it doesn't seem that way, but if you look back in your life, you and Rena, if I said good,
yeah,
sorry, Rena, yes. If you look back and saw your partners, your relationships, everything later was better. Am I right?
Oh yeah,
because we are changing. Yes, we are changing. We are learning love. We are practicing love. We have opposite opinion.
Well, so I think I like your philosophy, and I think like each time like a relationship ends or something doesn't work, I think if you learn something about yourself and what you need in the future, and so then you end up having hopefully if you've kind of done some introspection and learned about yourself and what you need from a partner, then hopefully you pick a different partner that is better partner.
Yes, yes, yes.
I also
People are different.
Yeah,
Yes.
I also think like different life stages too, right? Like sometimes, if two people don't grow together, that person may have
Yes.
been great when you were younger, but
That is my other book.
Yeah, grow with
Oh,
you.
nice.
That is my other book. I'm talking about in my other book, second book. It is first novel and second book. And I'm talking about a woman who became a president of Serbia. It is fiction, of course, because in our history we never had a woman president. We never know when it will happen, but okay. But when we are talking about my book, I was wondering how is to be a woman on position, family woman on position, and how is going at her home while this is her job and this is her home, And it was on the same place. When she became a president, work was going up and family was staying on the same part. Her husband never understand her career and what is dilemmas, what is expectations of that woman, what she wants, what she needs, what she deserves. And I made one conclusion that every woman on this planet deserves to be loved and deserve to have success in work. And also I have to say that there is one wrong conclusion that women all around the world has different destiny. We all have same dilemmas. We have all same expectations. We have a lot of problems, but we choose different jobs. We are wearing different clothes and we are participating on different things in life. And that made one fake picture that we have different destiny. When you have family, when you have a responsible job, you have the same problems. But if you are a woman politician, you have to hide your inner feelings. You have to be, how to explain, you have same problems, but you have to act and to pretend that you don't have it. In public, we are all pretending. Am I right?
Yeah.
No matter if you're working in school, if you are working in a store, if you are working, I don't know, in gas station, you are pretending that everything is okay because you are at work and people are there because they are working with you. That was my conclusion in this book. That is very very hard to be in public life. Public life is not it doesn't mean public life only in showbiz, only in politics. Public life is when you go to public, when you leave your home. That is public. So being in public and being a woman and having the problems in family, having the problems at work, being a woman in Europe is not special in Serbia. That means that you survive all humiliation because you're a woman. When people want to say that you are not good enough, they are saying, go to the kitchen and cook. That is often to hear here in Serbia. And if you are successful, that means that you have to be 3 grades more successful than a man to be equal,
Wow.
And it is not sad story. I'm just making serious part when I'm explaining that part. Yes. Yeah. But my book is full of funny situations, because I think when life put you against the wall, you have only 2 solutions: to have smile on your face, like pretending nothing is happening, hysterically smile, or to cry. When it's hopeless situation, you have to smile, or you have two opposite reactions. You can make opposite reactions. So I'm always trying to find the funny side of the story, because serious is so boring and serious is so scary. So my characters in She President is a main character, of course, the woman who is becoming the president, and 3 of her best friends, let's say best friends, 2 guys and 2 girls. One is a model designer, clothes designer, how we say, fashion designer.
Mhm.
He is a guy. Other guy is editor on a state TV station. When that station is working under the state. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like state
public.
media or
Yeah.
or public
State media. Yes, yes, yes. State media. He is editor. The third character is a singer. Singer is the most funny person in the book because she knows life, you know. And in one part of the book, that singer and the president are talking on some flight, and the singer is not educated woman, but she knows life. And she said, "Where is the difference between us? You are talking for the same newspapers, wearing the same designer clothes. Only I'm singing and you are talking. That is the difference. There is no other difference. And if I say to my followers, vote for her, that would be marketing. That would be more stronger than all billboards, than all your speeches." And she was right. Sometimes that border between our professions are so, we think they're visible, but they're invisible. Because we all in public, like I said before, we have to act, we have to have the best face for the people, you know? And no matter if you're in a good position or in a, I don't know, some invisible position, you're in public and you have to act. That's it. And the good news is that I put my character to end up her career as a professor in one university in USA. So she ended up in Cape Cod.
Nice. What made you decide to make the character a politician?
At the end of my life career, I was working for diplomacy. I was in, how we say, I'm trying to translate it. I was working with a state prosecutor in Serbia. It was very responsible duty, and I was learning a lot about diplomacy, how diplomacy is working. And it was very big school for me later, because when Federal Republic of Yugoslavia split up, I was without work, and my profession is a journalist. I wasn't a diplomacy person, you know. I was, as a journalist, working in diplomacy. So I started to work what I was educated for. Somehow my state fall apart, and I became what I'm today. So I have to say thank you for that fall aparting. It was good for my life and career. So I put my main character in diplomacy. I don't know. It wasn't by intention, you know, but it was, I wanted to put main character somewhere else, not in showbiz, because when you're working in showbiz, people expecting you to talk only about showbiz. I have enough showbiz in a book, you know. Showbiz has very rude rules, because I think Doris Day or somebody talk about that. When you want to turn back your food, you have to smile. That is comparison, you know. And you as an actor, you know what I'm talking about.
I like
showbiz.
The term, turn back your food. That's the best.
Yes.
That is the best way to put it I've ever heard. I love that. I'm going to use that from now on.
But you have to have that smile. So I make comparison. I put a lot of criminal in my book. I put a lot of showbiz. I put a lot of things. I think one day that could be a good movie, or good for TV show or TV series. How we say TV series?
Series.
When you have when you have episodes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Series.
It is warm story about life, no matter how serious it is. Mm. When I'm talking about being president, it is irresponsible, but also we often forget that no matter what that woman doing for life, what is her profession and occupation, it is just a woman, you know. She, at the end of the day, needs hug, needs support, needs to hear you're good enough, you know. And I think that my readers, especially women readers, I got a lot of feedback from the women, and they said, I got the answers, you know, and thank you for this book. And that was my award. I don't know what answer was, but they got answers.
I think that's great because you sometimes as the writer you don't even know what the reader is going to get out of it, right? But it's so individual. So whatever they're bringing something into it, and they're interacting with your work and
Yes.
getting something out of
Yes.
that. I think that's a beautiful thing.
Beautiful thing is that we are in the 21st century and we have social media, and people can find you and people can ask you. People are using that sometimes to be rude. But when we're talking about business, and writing a book is a business, not just love, you can say that social media make a stronger connection between you and your readers.
Mhm.
Or if you are creating clothes, making a stronger connection and closer connection to your customers, because they can ask you, okay, this size is good for me, I have those sizes, I don't know, I have long legs, and you know what I'm talking about. So thanks to social media.
Yeah. I mean, you get feedback from people probably in
Yes.
real time that
Yes.
years ago you never would have
Yes,
from
yes,
your
yes.
readers. Yeah.
Years ago, I could, I don't know, I could meet somebody in a post office where we are sending something. I could meet somebody, and it was like, for example, that is our neighbor, he is writing a books. that would be long time ago. But now I can speak, I can talk, I can I don't know, text with people who are my readers.
So do you interact a lot on social media?
Sometimes yes, because I'm finding a lot of people in requests, and a lot of jobs end up in request messages, and I have to check that, but not that often. If I feel comfortable, I'm answering. If I don't feel comfortable, I'm not interacting, because people, I don't know, the bad side, the other side, opposite side of social media is that everyone can say their opinion without asking for that, Everyone can say bad words. Everyone can say what they want to you. And if you are reading, because you are trying to find something, okay, you want to erase at least something, and you find. But after, I don't know, after 8 or 10 years having Instagram, I don't mind anymore. People can say everything, like in Hyde Park, stay and say, and that doesn't have meaning. Like somebody is saying bad words to you, it's like somebody is saying that you are you're a pilot. I know I'm not a pilot,
Nice.
Oh, and that's it.
I want to know, how do you have so many photos? If I like when I look at your Instagram, I'm like, she's in Egypt today. Oh my God, she's in do you have a backlog of them or something, or are you just traveling every day constantly?
No, not every day. I have a lot of content. That is true, because I love to make photos. I think photo is art. It's not my conclusion. Art, having a good photo is having a good art in your phone, for example. But I think capturing the moment is the best way to save the memories, and I'm not lazy to make a lot of photos. That is explanation why I have a lot of photos from different destinations. Also, I have a lot of content. I said where I was traveling. It is huge content, and a lot of pictures never was published. And in the time when I was published them, long time ago, I didn't have this much followers. And also, it's very important to know that followers are going and coming new. New followers are coming all the time. It is like on airport. People are going, people are landing, and you have to inform your audience where you're going, who you are. I have a lot of followers, okay, I have a lot of content, but a lot of new people asking me who I am. I love your work, but I'm trying to figure out what you're doing. So you will see that I'm from time to time trying to repeat some things, because maybe you are from my first post, but people from a couple days ago are not. And they don't know that I was TV host, that I was writing a book, that, you have to remain to show people all the time and to remind them who you are. It is not pretending. I'm not pretending right now when I'm saying that this way. I'm just trying to say that a lot of content means that I have, in my career, when I was talking with one model agency in USA, they asked me where I was working before. And because after that interview, they decided to work with me, and they have questions, and they asked me about commercials, and I said, oh my god, I have a lot of experience with commercials. And they asked, okay, send us a couple, or send us everything you was doing till now. And I was like, oh my god, I have to count. And I was counting till 57 commercials in this 10 years. And after that I stopped. I had, it's enough. That is for me, that is enough for me. Okay. And when we are talking about posting content, I have a lot of friends, photographers, they have their own studios. They're celebrating when they're working with me, because I know what I want from the picture. I know what I need. I know what I need if I'm making something for my soul, and if I'm making something for a client, and I'm specific. In one moment, I always asking to see my pictures before publishing, because I know what is my best face, what is my best shape. I don't trust. Okay, I trust photographers, but I don't trust their editing. I don't trust. Every photographer has their trademark. You know what I'm talking about.
Style.
When we're talking, yes, they have style, and not every style is for me.
Yeah.
If I'm living from my how I look like, it has to be the best.
Right.
I don't have time to make mistakes, because a few clicks can ruin my career.
Wow.
And I'm very how we say, strict when I'm working with somebody.
That's a lot of pressure.
And people can't make connection with my smiley face, and you're so polite with that strict moment. When I'm working, I'm strict because I know what I want. And clients in social marketing, in influence marketing, know why they are calling me. And that is the answer why I have a lot of content. I have content for the whole next year, if you ask me. But
and we're going to do a photo shoot when you come to Vermont again.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
I
so
have
you
to
two
say,
work together?
Not yet.
Sorry?
We're going to.
Yeah, I was asking
didn't
if you two work together on a photo shoot.
Not yet.
Not yet, but when I come to Vermont again, why not?
Yeah.
I have friend in one studio space, Vermont. My friend Erie is the owner, so we can go there to make pictures. Why not?
What studio is it?
Studio Space, Vermont.
Oh yeah,
you can find them. Yes,
Yeah,
you
totally.
can find them.
Oh yeah, I know that.
Yes. My friend Erie helped me with some pictures which end up in Serbian newspapers. So I met him there.
Oh, nice.
I met a lot of people from these Balkans in Vermont, but some of them are still waiting for me, so I have to come.
Oh my God. So before we started, we went on the air. She was trying to teach me how to do a Russian accent.
Oh.
I think it would be really funny if you tried to teach Rena how to do a Russian accent.
Do you want, Rena?
I can.
Do you want me to teach you?
I actually live in a building that is predominantly like Russian.
Nice.
So and I can say a few things in Russian.
Wow.
I'm following you.
Yeah. So like my dog always plays with like the older Russian neighbors. So they're always like, "Хороший мальчик." Хороший мальчик.
Good boy, good
Yes, yes.
boy.
The dog knows a little Russian too.
Wow, that was really good.
Хороший мальчик, yes.
Can you do an
Девушка.
accent though? Can you talk like English and do an accent, Rena? Because she helped me a lot.
Like certain things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like certain things.
You're
I
in the
can.
nuclear submarine or something. You've heard
When you learn how to pronounce R, you learn everything.
Ra.
R, yes.
Yeah.
I think Russian language is more easier to learn than French, for example. You know?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm not a big fan.
I don't know except je m'appelle Ivana. My name is Ivana, and I think merci, and that's it. Merci, like thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
It is very very difficult for me. I don't know. Maybe it's not.
Now, Ivana, can you do an American accent?
Like what?
I don't know.
To say something. When I started to learn English in my school here in Serbia, it is interesting. My favorite word was newspapers.
I like that.
It is like a song, newspapers.
Newspaper.
You know? Yes.
You say
I don't know why.
People,
I don't know why. I was in elementary school.
Mm-hmm.
It was, I think, first, second, third grade, maybe something like that. I'm not sure because it's different in Europe and in USA when we're counting grades in elementary school. But I was maybe 10 years old, 7 to 10, and when I heard newspapers, oh my God, how sound. I don't know how to explain.
No, I understand it. I'm sure there are words I
love English. And English is, if you ask me, it's a way of communication. It's not a language, you know? Mm. You have to learn languages, but if you want to type something on computer, if you want to type something on an iPhone, you have to know English. It is way of communication. That's my other theory. It is not language.
Yeah, it's a good point. English is pretty prominent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
You have luck because it's your first language.
Yeah.
You don't need it to learn.
I know. You're right. I have a lot of friends in Europe and they all also know English, but they're always like, Americans are lazy. They just won't take the time to learn another language. And the way I look at it is I think I don't have to.
Yes, whole world is talking with my language. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have time for that really, to be honest.
I understand a lot of Russian and Spanish. Spanish is also similar phonetically to Serbian. Spanish is very easy to learn. If you want to learn language, choose Spanish. Ask me. I don't know how to speak, but I can understand a lot of, because my daughter is learning Spanish, and it is very melodic. It is you have a rhythm when you're listening to something on Spanish. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They told me that Spanish was easy too, but I was terrible at it.
Trust me.
2 years.
6 months.
I stayed back for Spanish in high school. I took the Spanish 1 twice. And then for Spanish 2, they're like, you're going to need to finish Spanish 1 to go to Spanish 2. And I said, I don't want to take Spanish 2 because I'm just terrible.
I will give you one song to listen. Okay. It is Encanto cartoon. No se habla de Bruno.
No se hablo en bueno.
No. Don't talk about Bruno. We don't talk about Bruno. It is some cartoon, Disney cartoon, I think.
Yeah,
or Pixar or something. Mm-hmm. That song, you have to listen that song on Spanish. It is, oh my God, I can't explain. It is driving you. You feel good when you're listening that.
Oh, all right.
So Jayson, I think there's a huge difference between like the like in the US, like the high school language experience, I think is terrible. Mm-hmm. Like trying to learn Spanish in high school in the US is like, it's just not
Really?
good. Like, I think,
Why?
like, because I took it, and it just, or at least when I was young, and like they don't really make an effort, I think, to like
Oh, okay.
connect you to
It is
like,
up to professor. It is
yeah,
up to,
like,
yes.
yeah, and maybe there are some great, but it just felt like very kitschy and silly, and I feel like they didn't really connect you to why it's important to understand another language.
Hmm.
But then, like, you know, years later, now I have a very good friend that lives in Mexico, and she has for a few years, and so I would go periodically to visit, and I found like it was just so much better to speak and to be interacting with people, and then that's when you really see the value in
Yes,
understanding
yes.
multiple languages. And it also is just easier to learn when you have somebody to speak back to you, and when you have somebody that knows English and then also knows Spanish, so they could correct my pronunciation. And I found that I was much more engaged in that experience and interacting with people than I ever was when I took language
That
in
makes more
school.
sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
I think that is very, very important who is teaching you. And it is the same everywhere in the world. Trust me, if you have a bad professor, you won't love that subject, you know? If you have good professor, you will learn biology. Maybe you don't love nothing about biology, but professor can make that important spot in your education,
Right.
just to connect you with something. I'm every day talking with my daughter, and where in the subjects where she has good professors, she is learning good, and she is going with smile, and she don't have unpleasant emotions, you know. But where person who is teaching her is not that dedicated, that is different, you know. So I think professor is very important. Teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, yeah. Well, about your television show, what is it exactly about? Like, what do you do on the show? Like, what the subject matter or the format?
It was always showbiz, because showbiz is like I explained before. Showbiz makes you smile, and that topics are not serious. So a lot of singers, a lot of movie stars, a lot of writers, a lot of celebrities from Serbia was my guests. And it is interesting that in showbiz you need to be active. You need to have a new song, to have a new book, to have a new movie. So after 10 years, you became a family with that persons who are coming to your show, because you know everything about their career. They know everything about your career. And after that official part, you're asking for their family. They're asking you for your family, like you are on a dinner with somebody, you know?
Right.
But right now I'm not working on television because I'm moving to USA. So I'm part of the year here and part of the year in Vermont. So I'm present in a public life in Serbia, of course. And that part with how is your family, how is your kid, never stops. So I don't miss television, because being on television is not job for the humans, you know. It is very rude to people, and it's very it could waste your energy very easy and very fast. I had experiences that after some shows I couldn't talk. I was wasted, like I was holding something on my back 3 hours, you know. And my show was lasting 3 hours every week. So I had a lot of, I put something different in my shows. I wasn't ordinary TV host, you know, because I was traveling a lot. My guest wasn't only from showbiz. I was putting ambassadors. I was have a lot of guests from diplomacy. I had a lot of guests from touristic topics. I wanted to make that show interesting for everyone, you know, because maybe somebody doesn't like that singer, but they like the cooker who won some award, who know how to cook some national meal or something, you know. It was very colorful show, so people people love to watch me, like they love to see me right now on my social media or in public, or right now I'm going to be a guest in other shows, because public in Serbia loves to see me, to show something, to say something. For example, when I was on vacation in Sharm el Sheikh in Egypt, a couple of days after, a national TV station called me to talk about my vacation, and I was talking about one global conference in Egypt. It is World Global Conference about climate changes. And I'm always on some interesting places and have some interesting informations. You know, when you are a journalist, you have to have that feeling what is important, not to be annoying, not to be boring, but to have that feeling, that nice feeling, what is important and what is interesting for people to show and to and also when we are talking about my work, I put something in my profession that I always wanted as a kid. I wanted that my voice goes far, you know, that what my eyes saw to show to other people. That is why I'm wanting to show my pictures, my destinations, where I was, what I discovered, how to learn language, what is the, you know, that is very, very important, because being a well-known TV face is nothing. You can be well-known TV face even if you murdered somebody, you know. That is not glam. That is not being how we say. Being famous means to have responsibility. Why you are famous? You have to have personality. To when you say your name, after that you know what is following that name. That means to be famous person, not to be famous because you're wearing nice clothes or you have a hairstyle or you have eyelashes. That can every woman in the street, you know. That is not something special. If you want to be a personality in public life, you have to work. You have to work every day, and to watch up on every your step in public.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. So you mean if you're a celebrity, you kind of have a responsibility to put good into the universe.
Sorry?
To put good out into other.
Okay, I understand. I will explain you that. If you are celebrity, it is not good and it is not recommended to be drunk in public.
Right.
For example, because young people are looking at you like an idol, like, I don't know, people are looking at you and you are somehow on the stage.
Model.
Yes, yeah. You are a role model and you are on the stage every time when you're in public, and you can't have that weakness to live like others. You have to be the best version of yourself in public, you know, because you're giving example.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, if we are talking about, I don't know, facelifting, okay, you're doing facelifting. You have to be beautiful. You have to show people that you are full of self-confidence. Okay, but you don't need to make, I don't know, facelifting and to be unrecognizable, you know. You have to find a right way for everything you are doing. Right size, right everything. You have to be right in everything if you're in public. That is my way of thinking, because you're responsible for young people who are watching you for, I don't know, they don't need to be young. They just, because of their watching you, looking at you, and they believe you, you don't need to be to waste their time and to show bad version of yourself.
Right.
If I said good.
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty smart in Serbian, but I'm trying my best in English.
No, you're doing wonderful.
Yeah, you're doing
Thank
great.
you.
Yeah, in America
so
though,
much.
it doesn't seem like we do that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
celebrities just are nuts.
Yeah, it's and living at, it's interesting as living in LA, you run into celebrities like at random times, and so that's
Okay.
That's very interesting too. Yeah,
I don't have fascination, for example, when we're talking about celebrities. I don't have fascination of being famous, and I think it is very boring and very, how we say, stressful to be a celebrity. And that is the answer why a lot of people are using drugs, using alcohol, using tablets, pills. I mean, pills. In Serbian, tablet and pill is the same.
Right.
and I'm mixing, sorry. But you have to be strong, and you have to calm down. When you're on the top of your popularity, or you're being celebrity, I don't know, you have to be the most you have to be the most normal person, you know. You don't need to think. Yes, down to earth is the word. Yes, down to earth. Thank you so much.
No problem. Yeah,
because that habit will help you to stay normal in your head, you know. If you are down to earth, you won't use drugs, you won't use alcohol, you will maybe start some sport, you will maybe start to knitting, you'll maybe start to do something unusual, but you will stay normal. At least you will stay normal, and that is the priceless you can have in public life.
I don't have a fascination with celebrities either, but what I really like about living out here is sometimes you will run into somebody that is super famous, but you'll have a very authentic interaction, and like that's what I appreciate is running into someone and having a very human, authentic interaction. So you're not just speaking to them as a celebrity or celebrity worship. So like I'll give you an example. There's a well-known actor, Woody Harrelson, who opened a dispensary to sell like cannabis products in my neighborhood. And so it's one of the stores that I will go to. I like his store. They have little teeny mints that, you know, are just great for relaxing. And so so I'll go to his store. And one day he was outside of the store, and I said, you know, I'm going to give him some feedback on like he's got great employees, great customer service, you know. And normally, like, I won't speak to a celebrity like unless I feel like I have something legitimate to say. But I was like, I really like his place. They've got a koi pond in the back now that like is just opened up that I'm very excited to sit in front of this koi pond. And so I just went up to it. I said, and I was like, oh, you know, your place is great. You know, I really love, and he starts engaging, and he's like, oh yeah. And like, he's like really excited to like hear feedback and to hear, like, I'm talking about one of his employees. I'm like, oh, she's great. You know, she recommended this great product. And it was just a very like the most down to earth, like human interaction, as opposed to like, oh, you know, he's this huge celebrity. And like, those are the things that I appreciate. And I was like, you know what? He was a really cool guy. Like, he sat and listened to my feedback, and you can tell he like cares about his store and his customers. And I was like, this was great. But I feel like that's something kind of unique that you get in LA.
I will tell you one secret. When you meet somebody who has a successful career, he's always simple for talking, for interacting, for that what you described right now. And when you meet somebody who is not that successful, he is acting and pretending. That is the rule. Trust me. I know that. Like, I know my name. Because people who are successful, they know they appreciate other people, you know. They don't look at the other people like they are not worth of talking, and they are very polite. Successful people everywhere, not just in celebrity world, are very polite, very normal, and down to earth. Very, very, always and everywhere. That's the rule.
Wow.
Yes.
That's pretty optimistic.
Yes, trust me. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I think that makes sense in that, like, I guess in show business, because if you were not down to earth and nice, and like, you're probably not going to get as much work. I would, because if you're
Yes.
difficult, people are not going to want to.
Steve Martin.
Huh?
Steve Martin is known to be a complete asshole.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's like, I mean, Ellen DeGeneres has been known.
Oh,
to
yes,
be
that is true. I
a
have heard that.
completely horrible person. So, like, it's not always like that. I think you have to be. I think it's good to be down to earth if you're successful, but I don't think everybody's that way. I mean,
there is one sentence I learned, and I remember good, because it sounds something like this: if you don't want to be down to earth, life has very unpleasant methods to make you down to earth. So everyone has chance, to try.
That's
One
true.
or
With
the
Ellen, right? That came out, right? That she wasn't nice, and then she did get not. So I think those people that when they aren't like that, Jayson, like, we know about it,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And there is some kind of consequence.
Yeah.
Yes, always are consequences, always.
Yeah, well, there should be.
Yes.
Yeah, like I won't watch a Christian Bale film anymore just because of the way he treated that one PA. Because being in film myself and working on movies, the PAs need to be treated really, really well too. They're wonderful assets on a set, and for him to be yelling at that guy because he was like in his light or something, it makes me not want to ever see one of his movies ever again. It's weird because I like his movies, but I just can't watch it now because I don't know.
That is explanation why some careers end up unsuccessfully, because of their, your reputation. Your character is your reputation. If you can calm down your character, your reputation will be bad. That goes that way.
Exactly.
I'm philosopher.
Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, I mean, it really is that way. I mean, and then of course there's the people that do things really bad, and then they're out for a while. But so when you were talking earlier about your show, about being in show business being rough and kind of, you said rude, actually.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That's because of the time. You have like a lot of time obligations, like we're going in 5, 4, 3 and you gotta go.
No
Not like that. Like, what did you mean by rude?
No, I was meaning that how to explain, when you're tired all the time, that means you are doing something, your profession is spending your time on one wrong way. You have full of potential when you're starting, and after a couple of days, you are very tired, like you were working in a field, like you're driving tractor. Okay. I had that feeling often. Also,
so strenuous. It's very tired. You get tired, and
yes.
Okay,
yes,
when you said rude, I thought you meant the people were rude.
No. Maybe I use some.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay,
not appropriate words, but you know what I'm talking about. Yes. When you're tired all the time, and you have to have best face also when the people are cutting your hair, like this all the time, right. And that is awful, because after second wash you don't have hair anymore, and you need hair for work. So that is also for a face, also for you can have bad habits after some time. You're starting to eat junk food, you need more energy. That is explanation why people using synthetics to be in shape, because it is very, very stressful. It is very very big tension on you to always be beautiful, to always have a smile, to always, it is, you can learn that. It is not a job. It is everything what that job brings to your life. That job brings a lot of nice things, as actor, what I'm talking about. But your soul, after some time, starting to be tired. Soul inside you, you're starting to be tired. You are in good shape, everything is good, you are not using anything, you are working, you love your work, you are going, but if you are not making days off for you. If you are not making nature days, go to nature and to feel alive again, you can end up very bad. Depression, I don't know, social distancing. People started to have some habits that they are not that they are not specific for them, after a long time, because that you're giving energy, giving, and if you're not charging, like phone, like everything on electricity,
Right.
if you're not charging yourself with the right things, you can end up very bad.
Right.
Yeah. That's the term that has been going around a lot, called burnout.
Yes, burnout. Yes.
Speaking of social distancing, how did COVID affect your life in Serbia?
It was very bad because Serbian people loves to hug themselves, love to go to the restaurants, to singing, to dancing, to be together, and it was a lot of marriages split up during the COVID, because people who are always on work in one moment had to be together 24 hours per day. It was big attack to families. Also, hairstylists started to work first, and everyone goes to hairstylist after quarantine. If I said good, quarantine.
Quarantine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yes, and people in Serbia are very friendly, and it was very, very difficult time for me, for my profession, because television grew up in that moment, because television was number one information center. But I don't know, when my guests coming to my show, it was only sad stories about they can't work because they were singers. They need public, they need people, they need audience, applauses, if I said good.
Applause, yep.
Yes. So it was very hard time for people, no matter what they're working for their jobs. And when we're talking about COVID, a lot of professions are end up. A lot of people lost their jobs. Same as in USA. Everywhere is the same, but USA is a big, Serbia is a small, and we know about our garden. And COVID was something very bad for civilization, if you ask me.
Yeah,
very bad.
Mm-hmm.
Not just in healthy meaning. It is very bad because I think civilization is right now 5 years behind than we were before COVID.
Yeah. People really started going online more. So
yes, online is good. Online part is good because we realized that we have digital moment and that we should use it more.
Yeah.
But you can't hug somebody. You can't hug somebody or kiss somebody through the
yet. There will be virtual hugs, I promise you.
Maybe you remember Demolition Man, Stallone's film.
That's right.
Yes, it was one part when we were laughing when they're making love with something on their heads, and in COVID that makes sense.
Yep. Yeah, they're supposed to eventually. They're working on suits you can put on, and they have like
something.
All over.
I remember that part.
That's real now. They have it. Just so expensive. I can't get one.
I still don't think that's a substitute for like what humans need is like community and connection and all of that. Like, I don't think you're gonna.
I feel connection right now with you guys. I don't feel like if we were in the room together, it make a big difference. Maybe I'm just weird. I could be just weird.
No, you feel connection because you're looking at us. I will explain. And we are talking, we are laughing, we have interaction. But when we're talking about making love, I think the old way, the old way will be number one.
Oh yes,
for a couple centuries, for sure. Next couple of centuries.
Yes. Making love is very different than hugging.
Yes,
I'm there.
Yes.
my dad, when he was alive, he lived in Florida, and I'm pretty busy. I like to do things, and one of the things I don't like to do is go to Florida. And he used to always say, "Come on down and see us." I'm like, "Dad, I can just call it. We're talking on the phone right now. What do you want?" If I go there, I have to get off work. I have to get on a plane. I have to go to the stupid airport. I have to go there, and then we're sitting in your house having the same conversation we'd be having right now. And he's like, "Well, it's good to see you in person." I'd be like, "Why? It just escapes me. I don't understand it. I understand why you'd want to see your mate or your girlfriend or your wife I get that. I just don't understand why other people need to be in."
I think when we are talking about parents, in some parts of our lives we are changing roles, and they became our kids. You know, we have to. We have to take care about them to see if they're healthy. Do they need something? I think that connection, come to see me, in your case, meant to come and see, do I need something? You know?
Yeah.
I think when we get old, we will be the same. So
I think I'll be a really awesome old person. I think I won't bother anybody.
No, you think that right now, but maybe. When you are getting older, things are became relative. You know, everything. You don't worry about anything because you know that life. You have just this of life, you know, and you don't care. Yeah. You do whatever you want. You know. When people getting old and they wanted to try something they never tried before, they don't want to die without some experiences, you know, and they don't care about anything. Kids are adults, they making their circles, they're almost at the end, and that's it.
Wow. Yeah, see, I feel like I've done enough to die, but there's so much stuff I want to do still. Like, I feel like if I died,
oh my God,
I can be like, yeah, I did a good job. But there's so many neat things to do still. You know what I mean? I don't feel like I haven't filled my life, but there's more I can do. Yeah, that's kind of what I think.
I think you are on half of your life, and the dying is so far from you right now. So don't worry.
Yeah. Well, I'm not worried. I'll be all right. I'll live a lot longer than you think too.
I love you're just nonchalant. Well, you know, I could die. It's fine. I've done a good job, but like, you know.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm pretty happy with what's happened. but I got a lot of stuff I want to do. Mostly it's technology. I'm really excited for new technology. And that's like my one big regret of dying is that there'll be things that I'm going to miss. Like someday there'll be like some crazy technology that I just don't get to see. That bothers me. That's about it.
Don't worry about that.
Yeah, it's weird.
It is not weird. It is in a human's nature. We want to explore, and we want to. Science needs to explore, and our conversation is act to science.
Yes, I mean it's amazing if you think about it. Like you're in California, you're in Serbia, I'm in Vermont, and it's coming from all these different. It blows my mind, and I love it. Well, let's see. Okay, we're coming up on the 2 hours, and I do have a question that I like to ask everyone. But Rena, if you have anything more to add before I ask this question, feel free.
Actually, I want to ask, what is the Lady of the Year award? Can you talk about that?
Lady of the Year
as an honor?
Oh, it is one very interesting award, and it was in 2017, I think. It is a kind of Oscar, but much smaller, and it's not a boy, it's a girl. Let's make explanation like that. I remember that evening because I was with my dad. I didn't told him that he's going as my support. And I said, can you drive me? I have to take one award. So we will go to the dinner, just dress something nice and go with me. Okay. Who is going with us? I said, my cameraman would go with us. Okay, I know him. We'll go. Okay. And when he stepped into the ballroom, we say ballroom for the big ceremony room, he was like, wow, you didn't tell me to wear a suit. I was like, oh, it's okay. Don't worry. Just sit in the first line. Yes. Just sit there. And he was a little suspicious. When they called me, invited me to join them on the stage. And when I took the award and I have small speech, and I said that I'm dedicating that award to my dad because he was supportive and he was all the time there for me. And one big applause from the people who was present there he started to cry. So it was very emotional for me because that was a crown of my career, I can say that. Because all my life, I have no idea that I'm doing something, that I'm famous, that I'm important, that I'm, you know what I'm talking about. I'm just working, living, and I'm doing my best. And that is okay. And I see that people has good reaction on my work. And that is normal. Somewhere is normal. But when you have that small moments in career, that means that you're doing great job, really great job. And that applause and that moment was very important to me. Like I won Oscar, if you ask me. But when we are talking about Lady of the Year, that was a award about woman who won in work, won privately, in private life, and who is successful in every field. That would be explanation of that award. And it was a surprise for me when they invited me. I was wondering why they asked me, because I hadn't no idea that they want to give me award. I thought that they are asking me to come to be there as their guest, not like as participant on something, you know, not just not like a girl who will won that award. It was very, very pleasant evening, and tears of my father was was my impression, my biggest impression. I never saw him to cry on something what is positive, you know, what is happy cry. What is happiness. Yes, happy cry. Yes. And it was very, very interesting because my how we say, granddad was photographer, and my dad on every photo knows always how to make a pose. And we were making photos. It was later, of course, with award. It was very funny how he's striking a pose in every picture. And it was one photographer who was making photos said, "Oh, we can see who you are, and this is a real daughter of a real dad. You're the same. You're making same poses." Yes.
Funny.
So it was very, very important to me, and very, very good for my career, because it was a stamp on my how to say,
accomplishments,
legacy.
Yes. I'm trying to translate from Serbian, but it doesn't make sense. Thank you so much.
I think it's fun to like, because I'm always finishing people's sentences anyway. So
it's okay with me. It's okay with me. A lot of people are complaining because I'm finishing their sentences. They think I'm acting, I know everything, and I say, no, we're talking. That is normal.
Yeah. Well, some people don't have the same gusto during a conversation.
Yes.
Can kind of fall back on it a little bit. And I've learned, I think anyway, to try and go, and Han, what do you think? Because I can't just keep going.
Yes.
On and on.
Sometimes you need to interrupt people because you're making interaction. That is normal. That doesn't mean you're not polite. That means that you have to say something.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
I think you kind of have to do it more on Zoom and things too, because it's like a little bit different than, I think, authentic conversation. So I feel like people you almost have to jump in and interject more on Zoom to be able to be part of the conversation, because otherwise I feel like I'm like, oh, I don't want to just cut somebody off, but then you're sitting there forever and then you don't get to speak. So I feel like that's sort of a different dynamic that is more prevalent on camera.
So true. Yeah, definitely.
I agree.
Cool. Are you ready for the last question?
Yes.
Okay. Unless Rena, you have another one, because sometimes I forget. Do we get everything?
Yeah, I think I'm looking at the list. I think we didn't ask the exact questions, but we went over all the topics.
Okay, really. Cool. Okay, this is a hypothetical question, which is if you know what hypothetical is, it's fantasy kind of a. Okay. All right. Okay.
We say the same in Serbian.
Oh, it's hypothetical?
Yes.
Yes. It's hypothetical. No, that's Italian. Damn it.
Hipotetički. In Serbian, we say hipotetički.
Hypothetic. Right? Hypothetic.
You're close.
Asiva masa. But anyway, ush pingu ding. So let's see. In this scenario, you're sitting where you are right now, okay? And through the door, or the door, whichever side the door's on, someone comes in and they look exactly like you do, except they're older, and they a little more disheveled, and maybe possibly a bruise. And she says to you, "Come with me right now. I'm from the future." What do you do?
Interesting. I would say stay with me and tell me where is the future. What I'm going to do in future. I wouldn't go with that lady.
Really?
I would sit her next to me to say everything about the future. And maybe we can change the future together if she stays with me.
Like lottery numbers?
No. My future. No. I have one theory. I have one theory that you always meeting people who are important to your life. And there is no coincidence, if you ask me. Sometimes you are important to their lives, and sometimes they're important to yours. Because I think, how we say for mosaic is puzzle.
Oh, mosaic?
Yeah.
Mosaic is in Serbian.
Puzzle? Okay,
puzzle. Yes.
Neat.
When you're completing your life puzzle, you have to find a right person, right place to put that puzzle, you know? So if somebody asking me for a future, come with me. I'm a very demanding person, you know? I need to bring a lot of, luggage. I have daughter. I have makeup. That person would stay, I think, 3 days just to like this. You're not over.
No.
I have to wait you.
Remember, this person looks exactly like you. So it's essentially you from
Yes,
the
I
future.
understand that part.
Okay, so you make yourself wait.
Yes, that is why I want to talk with her, to look
That's
at
hilarious.
her, to ask her for a health, to ask her for a hair, to ask her for a color of hair, how she's managing that part, what is my habits in future. So you forgot that I'm a journalist. I have a lot of questions.
That's hilarious.
And especially me in the future. Oh my God.
You'd interview yourself.
Yes.
It's funny.
You are not going anywhere until I got my answers. Then if I decide we can go together.
That's very similar to what I like when Jayson asked me. I was like, well, I have questions first before we're going.
Yes. Are you coming in peace? What you are offering to me? I have to know everything.
That's so funny. I would just be
can
like,
I bring somebody with me? Sorry?
I would just go immediately. I'd just be like, yes, me.
Why?
Well, first of all, it's got to be important.
But you don't know. You don't know what it is.
But you have to know where you're going.
No, you got to put yourself in the situation. Like, seriously, if I walked through the door and I looked like me, except I was disheveled and hurt, and he said, come with me, you have to come with me into the future, I would go. I'd be like, So, hold on a second.
Oh, it's easy. It's easy for you. You're not using makeup.
Oh my God.
You don't need to bring more clothes, to bring earrings, jewelry, It is a lot of work around one wall.
Okay, what if she came in right after you happened to be completely ready to go out? So you're all
I didn't
set.
understand you. If she came to...
What if she came in right after, she just happens to come in right after you're all ready to go out? Like you don't have to worry about makeup or hair, and for some reason you're already packed.
I would have one condition, not without my daughter. I would bring my daughter with me.
Interesting. All right.
Only my daughter. That is the priceless I have.
All right. I understand.
If I said good,
that makes sense.
Something.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Priceless is when we have something very, very special and there is no money to pay it.
Right.
If I said good.
Priceless is correct. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay.
Although I have to wonder if she's future you, she might already have a bag packed for you.
I know, right?
Right?
She's like, I already got it.
She's like, got all your makeup.
Wait for my daughter. She will come with us.
Oh my God, that's so funny. Wow,
very interesting question, and nobody asked me that before in my whole entire career, and it's very, very interesting. I will steal this question from you.
Oh, yes, please do.
Yeah,
that's hilarious. Oh, do you have any Serbian jokes that you could translate into English?
Oh, I should prepare something. We have a lot of jokes because the Serbian people making jokes of everything. Whew.
If you can't think,
you stuck me.
That's fine.
You stuck me right now. I'm trying. I'm trying to realize something.
Don't.
Maybe next time. Next time, because it's very difficult. Because I need a little preparation. I have to think a little.
Right.
But people in Serbia have a lot of proverbs. You know what proverb is?
I think so.
Yes, when you are long time ago, somebody realized something, and people from every age repeating and repeating that as a kind of description of some situation. That is proverb.
Right.
Like sometimes it's very funny. I will try to
like a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush.
Sorry?
A bird in the hand is
yes,
two in the bush.
Yes. We have the same. But for example, we have one proverb. It is about life, and it is about experience in life. It goes this way. You should be smart 2 times in life. First time when you're choosing a job, and second time when you're choosing who you will live with. If you make mistake both times, you have to be smart whole life.
Smart what?
Smart. You have to be smart 2 times when you're choosing a job and when you're choosing a partner. If you make mistake both times, you have to be smart whole life.
Oh, okay, I get it.
Because that two spots will make your life hard if you choose bad.
Right. Oh, that makes sense. I like it.
Yes, it is very useful to know 2 times in life to be smart.
Yeah, that makes sense. I never really thought about it, but that kind of covers it.
Yes, yes. It is very interesting how that proverbs describe life, indeed.
Yeah. Are you going to ask about her plugs?
Yes. Yeah, that's what so Ivana, tell people where they can follow you and where they can get your new book and all of that good stuff. And then we'll put it in our description at the bottom.
Okay. You can find me on my Instagram. To say where or to write somewhere?
Yeah. So what's your Instagram handle?
Ivana, small downline, Đorđević, small line, Mezinč. It is my nickname, Mezinč. Nickname of my daughter. I'm using her nickname. So that is my Instagram. A lot of people are writing me there. Also my YouTube, Ivana Đorđević. But one problem is a lot of my videos is in Serbian, also my book. So I'm working on translation. My first book, it is almost at the end, and the second book will wait English translation. So right now it's the best way to find me on Twitter also. Ma to je super. It is my nickname. It means that is so cool. That is super. Because I'm using that when I'm describing something. Also, my Facebook page is Ivana Đorđević. In Serbian, we are using one letter J. There is no the same letter in English alphabet. So I think Instagram would be the nicer, because it's easy to find and easy to speak. Because you have C translation moment, and also I'm using most of the time I'm using Serbian, but also I'm using English. So I have a lot of followers from Portugal, for example, a lot of followers from all around the world who are not speaking, not even English, but they have C translation options. So I can communicate with them.
Oh, excellent. Oh, that's great.
Thank you guys for this inspiring conversation.
Oh yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We enjoyed it. This was
really.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah, definitely. And if you guys want to follow us, just follow us on humanhappyhourpodcast.com, and you can find all of our links. But make sure you subscribe, share, and comment, and like. That was fantastic.
Like, subscribe, and comment. Yes.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, for sure. Great. Well, that's wonderful. Anything else, Rena? Because I think we did a great job, all of us.
Yeah. I think this. Yeah, this.
I think it was really, really interesting.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Well, thanks a lot, everybody.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
All right, and we're clear.
Yep.
Okay. I don't know how to leave. Just to press leave?
You don't have to leave if you don't want. We're off.
Oh.
No, that was really great. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I will follow you, and I will watch all of yours videos on YouTube, and I will check your website. And I hope see you soon. Okay, this year is ending up slowly, but next year we will see in Vermont.
Yes, indeed. Thank you so much, and I'll
Thank you so
on
much.
Instagram also.
Of course. Post more Vermont pictures, please. I
will. Yeah, I will.
You promise?
I will, for sure.
How to find Rena?
So I'm on Instagram also and Twitter. I am Rena Writes, like the Rena underscore Writes.
Okay.
And then I think one of them I had to be Rena G Writes, because Rena Writes was taken.
Oh, okay. You can send me your Instagram. You can share your profile just to have you
I'll connect
follow
you guys.
Okay. Thank you so much, guys.
Great.
It was a pleasure to talk with you.